Hey class, I'm going to go over problem 14 and 15, which are word problems that I struggle with. So the first problem says a loan is paid off in 30 years. So that gives us the time, t equals 30. It says with the total of 99,000, that's not to be confused with the principal value. It's saying the total at the end of all these calculations will be 99,000. So that's pretty much saying like a Y value. So we're gonna set everything equal to 99,000, and that's in dollars. 99,000 equal. And then it says it has a 3% interest rate. So the rate is 3%, that's written as 0.03. And it says it's compounded continuously monthly. So we know that there's 12 months in a year, so n would equal 12. And this is kind of confusing for me because I struggled with remembering what is the n? Like what value is that? And I remembered it by finding that it's the number of times it's compounded continuously. So the number of times is 12 times in a year because it's compounded monthly. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and use this to plug everything in. So we're gonna have 99,000 equals, we don't know the P. The question's actually asking what is the principal value. So we're solving for P. So we're gonna have P 1 plus, we know the rate is 0.03 over, we know N is 12. We're gonna close the parenthesis and we're gonna raise it all to the n times t. That's 12 times 30. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and calculate this. I plugged everything into this formula and I'm gonna go ahead and calculate this, and then I'm gonna leave p alone because we're gonna have to solve for p. So what I type into my calculator is in parentheses 1 plus, and then I do a fraction, 0.03 over 12, close the parentheses, and raise that to 12 times 30. So I'm gonna do that just like so, 12 times 30. And that's equal to, it gives me this number, 2.456842211. And then I still have the P, and it's still equal to 99,000. So Professor Mahan always tells us that when we have a variable alone and we're solving for that variable, we want to move everything else to the other side. So the way that we're going to do that is by dividing by this same number. So this would cancel out, and we're going to divide it by this side because whatever we do to this side, we have to do to this side. So we're going to divide 99,000 by 2.456842211, and we're going to make sure not to round anything until we have our final answer, as it would throw the calculations off. So I have 99000 divided by 2.456842211 equals, and it gives me 40295.62809. And this one's asking to round it to the nearest hundredths. So since that's an 8, we're going to change the 2 to a 3 and erase all the rest. So our final answer for this one would be 40,295 with 63 cents. That's your final answer. Now we're going to do number 15, which is very similar but a little less challenging. We're going to use the formula, I call it PERT, P, that weird number E, raised to the RT. So this question says a stockbroker allocated $100,000. So that's actually our p-value. So the principal is $100,000 to an account earning 4% interest, which is rate equals 0.04, and it's compounded continuously. If no withdrawals are made, how much was in the account at the end of 4 years? So our time would be equal to 4. So this one's a lot more simple. We're gonna plug everything into this formula. So we're gonna have 100,000, E, which is Euler's number. And when I plug that in, it already gives me an option to raise it to something. And then we're gonna plug in the rate, 0.04, and we're gonna times that by time, which is 4. So I have 100,000. I'm gonna use my E feature, and I'm gonna raise it to 0.04 times 4. And I get this number, 117,351.08. And I believe this one asks to round it to the nearest dollar. So if that was change, it'd be 8 cents. And so we would just leave it here and round it down.